So here we are, we're up to chapter 7 of Summer Reading is Killing Me, and I want you to look carefully at the cover of the book because you're going to get some information about why that illustration is on the cover at the end of today's chapter. Chapter 7. At the end of chapter 6, our heroes met the devil, and in chapter 7, they're going to talk to him. The devil motioned us back down to the main desk. We had no choice but to go. We walked down the steps and across the floor, covered with books that had been thrown everywhere. Characters from all kinds of stories milled around. We stepped over a very hungry caterpillar eating his way through a dictionary. We pushed past a mother duck and her line of ducklings. We made our way through a crowd made up of Robinson Crusoe, a blue moose, Julie with some wolves, a snowman, a plain and tall lady named Sarah, a kid with a hatchet, and a very confused-looking Robin Hood helping Eeyore reattach his tail. We stood in front of the horned guy, speechless. So this was the boss behind this terrible scene. The devil sat in the librarian's chair surrounded by outlaws, wild things, and a lot of generally bad-looking characters. He looked us over, twirling a little beard on his chin. He checked a list on his clipboard. "And you are, Joe, Sam, and Fred," I said. "And from which book might that be?" I panicked. I knew the devil probably wouldn't believe the same week's story we told those not too bright guards at the front door. So I decided to just pretend our real lives were a story. They were definitely weird enough to sound like fiction. "Well, we're the Time Warp Trio," I said. "We travel around in time and have adventures and stuff." The devil pulled at his beard while he checked his alphabetical list. "I have Time Cat, A Time of Wonder, and then a Toad for Tuesday. But no Time Warp Trio." "Off with their heads!" yelled the Red Queen. The devil looked up and looked right through me. "Do you know your author?" That threw me for a loop. Sure. No. I'm not sure. I think it starts with an S, maybe." I started making up my answer, any answer I could think of. Sam saw I was in trouble and jumped in to help. "We go a lot of different places, so each adventure has a different title. We're probably not under Time Warp Trio because we're actually a series." Frankenstein gave a mad groan, "Series bad," and made a move to wring our necks. The devil held him back. No. Settle down, you goosebumps, Frank. They're not from one of those horror series. They look more like kids who would travel around on a magic school bus or something." "Hey, no way," said Fred, stepping up to the desk and getting into it. "Joe does some unreal magic tricks. Sam is the joke and riddle brainiac, and I usually save the day with my mad skills." The devil looked completely confused. "Mad skills?" squawked the parrot. "Mad skills?" "Shiver me timbers," boomed Long John Silver. "He's not even speaking the king's English. Clap him in irons with the rest of them." The devil tapped his pencil on his list. "I'm not quite sure what you said, young man, but maybe you can make this easier on all of us. What we are doing here is separating the good characters from the bad characters. The bad characters stay here and take over any story they like. And the good characters go over there." He motioned to the characters behind him, "to be crushed by those huge stacks of books and wiped out of stories forever." The bad characters cheered and hooted and howled. The devil smiled. "So, are you good characters or bad characters?" Now, I know it's wrong to lie, but I was still trying to figure out if it would be all that wrong to lie to the devil when Fred solved the problem. "Oh, we are definitely bad," said Fred. "Watch this." He jumped on top of a library table, spun 570 degrees through the air, landed backward on a stairs handrail, and then slid down the whole rail. "Now that's bad." The Horn King nodded his big antlered head. "And see this book?" I lifted a telephone book-sized volume called Best Children's Books. I grabbed a piece of string off the desk. I put the string through the middle of the book, closed it, and tied a knot at the back of the spine. I held the two ends of the strings out. "I bet your baddest, strongest character can't pull the string so it's straight horizontally." Jack's giant stepped up and grabbed the string. He pulled. The string stayed bowed. Frankenstein pulled. The string stayed bowed. The Cyclops pulled and pulled and pulled and nearly popped his one eye out of his head. The string stayed bowed. "That's bad," said a wolf in sheep's clothing. "Hey, what building has the most stories?" said Sam. "The Empire State Building?" guessed the sheriff of Nottingham. No, the library, said Sam. Where does Thursday come before Wednesday? From the captured good guys came a voice. On a deserted island, guessed Robinson Crusoe's Friday. No, the dictionary, said Sam. What would happen if you threw this yellow book into the Red Sea? It would turn pink, guessed one of the evil stepmothers. It would get wet, said Sam. Everyone groaned. Stop, said the devil. That is really bad. All of the bad characters laughed and gathered around us. Fred showed the Horned King a half-cab topside grind. Dracula and Sam traded vampire riddles. I was explaining some more impossible tricks to an evil scientist. We were in. All we had to do was get our hands on the book, and everything and everyone would be back where they belonged. Fred, Sam, and I smiled at each other. Then, the door with librarian written on the glass slammed open with a bang. What is going on out here? Captain Ahab tried to hide behind a shelf. Everyone became instantly quiet. All the nasty, murdering, cutthroat, bad characters in the place were standing around, looking nervously at their feet. Nothing, boss, said the devil. We looked from the devil to the fuzzy brown figure he was talking to. Then we knew we were in even weirder and bigger trouble. The boss? Said Fred. A teddy bear? Said Sam. End of the chapter.